Pisces, the cosmic tide is shifting, and it's happening faster than you think. Between June 19th and 20th, 2025, 5 rare hidden signs will emerge in your life, revealing the truth about your path, your purpose, and your potential. If you miss them, you could lose a powerful opportunity to break free from karmic loops and finally walk into the wealth, love, and freedom you've dreamed of. Let's dive deep. Each of these signs is a message straight from the universe. Ready? Hidden sign. Number 1, the silence feels louder than ever. Pisces, when you wake up on June 19th, something will feel different. There may be no noise outside, no drama in your messages, no clear crisis in your life. And yet something will feel heavy, unsettling, and strangely quiet. Like standing in a hallway right before a door creaks open. This stillness isn't random, it's cosmic. It may show up as less engagement on social media, delays in texts or calls, people around you acting more distant. A quiet room that suddenly feels echoey. This is not the kind of silence that comforts. It's the kind that asks questions. Welcome to the spiritual void, a moment orchestrated by the universe to stop your outer world so you can finally hear what's going on within. Neptune, your ruling planet, is activating this void, causing energy to feel suspended in time. It's like the universe is pressing pause on everything just long enough for you to notice what you've been ignoring. Because within this silence, the truth is boiling. You'll start to notice subtle patterns rising up from the noise, repeating angel numbers like 1111, 222, or 555. Dreams that feel eerily symbolic. Past relationships flashing through your mind. Odd déjà vu moments that leave you wondering if time just bent around you. This is spiritual sonar, your higher self trying to send out signals. The silence isn't empty. It's full of messages you're now ready to receive. You may also feel the urge to cry without knowing why, pull away from others, or spend more time alone. That's your spirit detoxing from distractions and preparing to download truth, clarity, and vision for the next chapter of your journey. If you override this energy by binge watching, busying yourself, or forcing productivity, you might miss it. And when that happens, this quiet can turn into something darker. Anxiety, confusion. A strange sense that something is off, but you can't pinpoint what warning. If you ignore this sign, your inner world may become noisier and harder to navigate. The longer you avoid listening, the louder the discomfort becomes. But if you surrender to it, that's where the magic begins. Your move. Instead of resisting the quiet, embrace it. Go somewhere peaceful, sit in nature, journal what you're feeling, even if it doesn't make sense. Meditate even for just 5 minutes. Do a digital detox for an hour. These small actions open the gateway for your next level. Pisces, silence is your superpower. Don't fear it. On June 19th, it's not just silence. It's a message from your future self. Your destiny isn't shouting, it's whispering. Are you listening? Hidden sign number 2, you suddenly feel like you don't belong anywhere, Pisces. If you've been feeling disconnected, adrift, or like you're floating through a world that no longer fits, you're not going crazy. You're going through a soul-level reset. Around June 19th to 20th, this feeling of not belonging will hit you stronger than ever. It may creep in quietly or crash down like a wave. You'll look at your surroundings, your job, your relationships, your home, and feel like a stranger in your own life. You might find yourself thinking, I used to love being here. What changed? Everyone around me feels surface level now. I'm surrounded by people, but I feel completely alone. This isn't depression. It's divine detachment. What's happening is simple. You've grown, but your outer life hasn't caught up yet. Your energy has shifted. Your soul is evolving. The people, places, and passions that once fit are now out of alignment. because they were only meant to support the older version of you. This can feel incredibly painful. You may question yourself. You might grieve the loss of comfort, familiarity, or connection. But don't be fooled by the pain. This is progress. Here's what to expect during this soul stretch. Friends who once felt like family now feel draining or fake. Work that used to give you purpose feels empty or transactional. Environments that once sparked joy now seem dull or even suffocating. Why? Because these things were built around your past self. But your future self is now knocking at the door. This energy is being triggered by a mix of Neptune's sensitivity and Pluto's transformation. A cosmic push to shed the skin you've outgrown. And when that happens, it's normal to feel like you're in between worlds. Not quite where you were, but not yet where you're going. But don't panic. This nowhere feeling is a bridge, and it's taking you somewhere better. You may suddenly want to dress differently, speak your truth more boldly, leave a job or say goodbye to a long-standing friendship, explore healing, astrology, or new spiritual paths. Trust these urges. They are breadcrumbs from your higher self guiding you to your next tribe, your real purpose, and your most authentic life. Warning: the temptation to go back to normal will be strong. You'll think, maybe I'm just being dramatic. Maybe I should stick it out. But that's fear talking. And fear is the fastest way to stall your evolution. Your move. Don't force yourself to belong where you've outgrown. Sit with the discomfort. Let it show you the door to your true alignment. Journaling, meditating, or spending time in nature will help you reconnect with what's real for you. Pisces, you're not broken, you're becoming. This disconnection is not rejection. It's redirection to the life your soul has been craving all along. Hidden sign number 3. A random encounter that feels fated. Pisces. Around June 19th or 20th, the universe is setting up a cosmic appointment you won't see coming. It could happen in the grocery store line, on your commute, through a text from someone you haven't heard from in years, or maybe through an unexpected online message that instantly grabs your attention. This isn't random. It's a destiny intersection, a moment of divine timing where someone enters your field at the exact right moment to say or trigger exactly what your soul needs to move forward. It might be a stranger who drops a line that feels like it was meant just for you, an ex or old friend who reappears and stirs up old emotions, or offers closure, a mentor, guide, or romantic interest whose energy jolts you awake. These encounters often feel brief, but their emotional impact is deep. You might find yourself thinking, that conversation stayed with me for days. Why did they appear now, out of nowhere? That one sentence they said hit me in my chest. That's the energy of Moon trine Uranus at work, a rare alignment that delivers surprise spiritual downloads through human connection. It shakes your soul out of autopilot. It bypasses logic and speaks directly to your intuition. Here's how you'll know it's a fated moment. You feel an instant soul recognition, like you've met before, even if you haven't. Their words echo in your mind long after they're gone. You feel a shift in your energy, calmer, clearer, more certain. You might also receive a nudge from your guides to pay attention, a specific song playing in the background, a symbol or number that appears right after you part ways, a surge of creativity, clarity, or emotional release. These encounters are designed to unlock your next upgrade, whether that's healing an old wound, realizing something about yourself, or stepping into a new opportunity. But here's the catch: you must be present to receive it. If you're too distracted, too skeptical, or emotionally closed off, you might dismiss it as coincidence. And in doing so, you might miss a message your soul has waited years to hear. Your move. Be alert on June 19th to 20th. Every conversation, every face, every interaction. Look at it through the lens of energy, not logic. You don't need to overanalyze, but stay open. Trust your gut. If something feels meaningful, it is. Even if this person doesn't stay in your life, their role was never about permanence. It was about activation. Pisces, the universe often hides your next step in the eyes or voice of another. That random encounter, it could be the moment that changes everything. Hidden sign number 4, you feel a sudden urge to break every rule. Pisces, around June 20th, something powerful ignites inside you. A wild spark that refuses to be silenced. It doesn't come with a polite whisper. It arrives like a flame in your chest. A restless urge, a rebellious pull that says, I can't keep doing this. Why am I following rules I didn't choose? What if I just did it my way? Suddenly, the life you've carefully built, the habits, routines, even the people you keep close, feels too small for who you're becoming. The job you've tolerated, now it feels like a soul cage. The relationship you've compromised for, you're tired of shrinking to fit in. The path you were told was safe, you're ready to run in the opposite direction. This is not rebellion for rebellion's sake. This is the soul's uprising before ascension. Pisces is typically known for flowing, for blending in, for avoiding confrontation. But not now. Thanks to the surge of Mars energy in your chart, your fire is activated. And that's exactly what the universe wants. This isn't chaos. This is clarity. This isn't immaturity. This is awakening. You're not losing control, and you're finally reclaiming it. This feeling may show up in surprising ways. A sudden decision to quit something that's draining you, even if you don't have a backup plan. A bold confession you've been holding back for too long. An urge to travel, move, or change your entire routine overnight. A moment where you say no to someone or something that always controlled you. And yes, it may terrify you because this kind of freedom feels foreign, especially when you've spent years people-pleasing, doubting your worth, or staying in safe boxes. But what if the fear is the sign that you're on the right path? What if this fire is your soul saying, it's time to stop surviving and start living? Here's the catch. Others might not understand. They'll call you impulsive, emotional, unstable. Not because you're wrong, but because you're waking up and your courage threatens their comfort zones. Don't let their fear become your prison. You were not born to be easy to manage. You were born to be limitless. Your move, do one thing on June 20th that scares you, but sets you free. Start the project. Walk away from the thing that's killing your soul. Speak the truth you've been too afraid to say. Apply for something that feels out of reach. Burn the rule book and write your own. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to move, because that one act of bravery will send a shockwave through your timeline. It tells the universe, I'm ready for more. Pisces, this is your moment. Your rise begins the moment you say, no more smallness. No more pretending. I choose freedom. Hidden sign number 5, a recurring dream or memory. Returns Pisces between June 19th and 20th, your subconscious will be lit up like a signal tower. You may not notice it at first. Maybe it comes in the form of a dream that repeats over 2 nights, or a flashback that catches you off guard while you're brushing your teeth. Maybe you'll hear a song that suddenly floods your mind with memories you haven't thought about in years. But here's the truth. If something keeps repeating in your mind or dreams during this period, it's not random. It's not nostalgia. It's not coincidence. It's karmic data surfacing, and it's time to look at it. You may experience a recurring dream with the same location, emotion, or person. A sudden emotional response to a memory you thought you'd already healed. A flashback from childhood, teenage years, or even early adulthood that hits your heart like lightning. An old regret, heartbreak, or shame resurfacing out of nowhere. Why now? Because Pisces, You are on the verge of stepping into your next destiny chapter, and you cannot take this old energy with you. This sign is your soul's way of saying, before you rise, you must release. This is deep soul work, and Pisces, you were built for it. Your ruling planet Neptune gives you a powerful spiritual subconscious, capable of holding past lives, ancient wounds, and divine insights. And now, that subconscious is trying to deliver the message you've been missing. Some dream symbols to watch for. Water, often a sign that your emotions need release. Are you suppressing grief, fear, or longing? Bridges, symbolic of transitions. You're crossing from one life phase into another. Broken items, mirrors, phones, windows, all may indicate unhealed parts of self or a fractured identity ready to be made whole. Even if these dreams or memories feel uncomfortable or painful, don't run from them. They aren't returning to haunt you. They're returning to free you, because the truth is, what you avoid emotionally repeats energetically, but what you face dissolves. Warning: if you ignore these soul messages, the energy doesn't just vanish, it mutates. You may start to see emotional confusion, misaligned relationships, repeating negative patterns that feel like bad luck, overreactions to small things and you won't know why, but it's because that unhealed memory is still coloring your world behind the scenes. Your move: during June 19th to 20th, create a sacred space before bed. Keep a journal near you. Upon waking, write down everything you can recall, even if it doesn't make sense. Notice which emotions come up. Who was there? What part of your old self appeared? Ask yourself, what is this trying to show me? What part of me still needs to be forgiven, healed, or reclaimed? What truth have I been avoiding? Then do the healing work. Write a letter you never sent. Cry it out. Talk to your inner child. Do a cord-cutting ritual. Light a candle and set an intention to release that energy once and for all. Pisces, this moment is sacred. It's not punishment. It's preparation. The universe is clearing your path for blessings beyond what you've known, but that new path requires space. So honor the memory, heal the wound, and then let it go. Because what's waiting for you is lighter, truer, freer, and finally aligned with your soul's highest vibration. Final message: don't miss this window. Pisces. Pisces, June 19th to 20th is not just another date on your calendar. It's a soul checkpoint. A sacred window where the universe opens the veil just enough for you to see the truth, but only if you're really paying attention. The signs you're receiving now, the silence, the disconnection, the fated encounters, the rebellion in your spirit, the dreams from long ago, they're not random. They're coded messages from your higher path, from your guides, from your future self whispering, it's time. Everything's about to change. But you must step forward. This is your destiny upgrade. But here's the truth: most people miss it. They shrug off the discomfort. They chase the noise instead of listening to the silence. They go back to what's familiar, instead of stepping into what's aligned. But you're not most people. You're Pisces. Intuitive, spiritual, wise beyond the surface. And if you've made it this far, it means you're ready. Ready to break the loop. Ready to rise into the life you were born to live. And that life? It's not built on fear, self-doubt, or playing small. It's built on truth, power, soul-aligned action. It's built on hearing the message and answering the call. You are not late. Divine timing is always on time. You are not broken. You're becoming whole again. You are being called forward into love, abundance, clarity, and purpose. So here's your moment of truth, Pisces. Don't dismiss the signs. Don't wait for permission. Don't shrink back into the old version of you. The universe is handing you the keys. This is the invitation to your millionaire timeline, your soulmate path, your spiritual awakening, your creative rebirth, whatever your heart has been secretly craving. But the door won't stay open forever. So trust your intuition. Follow the nudges, take the leap, because if you do, you won't just witness the miracle, you'll become it.